The iceberg grazed the right side of the ship.
And all of a sudden she lifted up quickly. Everything that was movable was going through her.
I didn't think it was serious because I didn't think it was possible a big ship like that could sink. It sank very quickly.
On a brisk Wednesday, April 10th, 1912, bathed in brilliant sunshine that barely warmed the chilly air, an icon set sail from Southampton, the RMS Titanic, deemed the unsinkable pride of the White Star Line. Commanded by the venerable Captain Edward John Smith, this voyage marked his final appointment before retirement. The Titanic, a marvel of its time, embarked on its maiden voyage from Southampton, bound for the bustling shores of New York. Aboard this colossal vessel were a diverse array of passengers. Renowned industrialists and actors mingled with hopeful immigrants, all seeking a promising future in America. The anticipation surrounding the Titanic was palpable, permeating through the passengers, the public, and the media alike. Not only was it the world's largest ship, stretching an impressive 269 meters in length and towering over 53 meters high, but its opulent amenities were nothing short of awe-inspiring. With a construction cost of $7.5 million, equivalent to a staggering $238 million today, the Titanic spared no expense in providing unparalleled luxury. Stained glass mirrors, intricate wood paneling, 2 grand staircases, a heated swimming pool, a Turkish bath, an electric bath, a gym, a squash court, 4 restaurants, 2 barber shops, and a library. This ship redefined extravagance on the high seas. What truly captured the public's imagination was the belief in the Titanic's invincibility. Bolstered by state-of-the-art safety features, the ship was heralded as unsinkable. The Titanic, heralded as an unsinkable marvel by the confident vice president of the White Star Line, embarked on its maiden voyage on April 10, 1912. 2 days into the journey, on April 12th, the ship encountered its first ice warnings as it traversed the ice-laden waters of the Atlantic, despite the danger posed by looming icebergs. A routine occurrence in maritime communication, the Titanic altered its course twice but maintained a swift speed of 21.5 knots. On the ill-fated night of April 14, 1912, 7 additional ice warnings were received, yet Captain Smith and his crew opted to ignore them, maintaining the vessel's high speed. The night was marked by the absence of moonlight, rendering visibility low. Atop the ship's crow's nest, where lookout personnel endured biting cold winds, crew member Frederick Fleet spotted a colossal iceberg at 11:39 p.m. Fleet urgently rang the bell and notified the officers on the bridge. Despite immediate attempts to steer the ship away, at 11:40 p.m., just a minute later, the Titanic collided with the iceberg. The tragic event unfolded against a backdrop of darkness and frigid temperatures, forever altering the course of this supposedly unsinkable ship.
Among her passengers were many of the wealthy and influential. The band played the gayest tunes and American ragtime dances. The time was 11:40.
The colossal iceberg that sealed the Titanic's fate was no mere ice mass, measuring a staggering 400 feet, equivalent to a football field. It matched the crow's nest in height. Scientists estimated its weight at a jaw-dropping 1.5 million tons. The Titanic's front right side, near the bow, collided with this mammoth iceberg, resulting in a massive dent and small holes in the ship's body. As Captain Smith and architect Thomas Andrews assessed the damage, shock overcame them. The ship, thought to be unsinkable due to 2 key safety features, a double-bottomed hull and 16 watertight compartments, faced a catastrophic reality. The impact was on the ship's side, rendering the double-bottom hull useless, and the breach in 6 out of 16 compartments spelled doom. At 12 Wasserer a.m., 20 minutes after the collision, Captain Smith initiated a distress call, entrusting senior radio Jack Phillips to send signals repeatedly. Only RMS Carpathia, 107 kilometers away, responded. The ship's slow approach posed a critical challenge as the Titanic's crew lit flares in desperation. Amidst evacuation efforts, passengers remained surprisingly calm, buoyed by the belief in the ship's unsinkable status. The first lifeboat, with a capacity for 65, lowered with only 28 aboard, reflecting the prevailing confidence. However, as compartments filled and the ship tilted, panic ensued, revealing the harsh reality that the unsinkable ship was, indeed, sinking. By 1 a.m., the Titanic's front compartments were inundated, causing the bow to sink while the rear emerged. Pandemonium ensued as the ship tilted, triggering fights for lifeboat seats. With only 20 lifeboats for approximately 2,200 people, scarcity intensified. At 2:05 a.m., the last lifeboat descended, leaving 1,500 on board. Amidst chaos, some fought for lifeboats, while others accepted their fate, remaining on the sinking ship.
And it was chaotic at the end. Everybody was crying, praying, trying to get into the few lifeboats that were left. No, it was pretty sad at the end.
Eyewitnesses reported the Titanic breaking in two at approximately 2:20, sinking within 3 hours. Of the 1,500 people on board, many drowned or succumbed to hypothermia in the frigid 2 degrees Celsius waters. Captain Edward Smith, it said, remained at the helm until the ship's demise, with speculation of suicide. RMS Carpathia arrived around 3:34 a.m., an hour late, attempting to save those on the ill-fated ship. In the aftermath of the Titanic disaster, a wave of questions and controversies emerged, unraveling startling facts that shocked the world. Astonishingly, the SS Californian, a mere 37 kilometers away from the sinking Titanic, could have reached it in time to rescue passengers. An hour before the collision, the Californian issued the last iceberg warning at 11:15 p.m. before shutting off its radio and halting for the night due to the surrounding danger. Unaware of the unfolding tragedy, the Californian didn't receive the distress signal. The proximity of the Californian to the Titanic was visible to those on the deck, with some officers even expressing optimism about rescue. However, the Californian failed to respond, dismissing rockets and flares as mere revelry. Crew members observed the distress signals after midnight, informing Captain Stanley Lord, who tragically dismissed them as non-urgent. Had Captain Lord taken the signals seriously, many lives could have been saved. The next morning, upon activating their radio, the Californian received the SOS calls from the Titanic, but arrived too late, encountering a sea of lifeless bodies. Inquiries assigned blame to Captain Lord, yet the disaster implicated multiple parties. Insufficient lifeboats, a consequence of the unfounded belief in the Titanic's unsinkability, played a crucial role. Furthermore, the Titanic's captain neglected safety drills, canceling one scheduled for the day of the iceberg collision. The tragedy's complexity reveals systemic failures beyond a single individual's responsibility. The subsequent error in the Titanic tragedy was attributed to steersman Robert Hitchens, stationed at the wheel. When an iceberg alarm echoed that night, the deck officer ordered a left turn. Unfortunately, in a panicked state, Hitchens misunderstood and steered the ship right, directly towards the iceberg. The realization of his mistake came too late. The British inquiry highlighted numerous iceberg warnings, urging caution, yet the Titanic maintained full speed. The question arises, why didn't the captain slow down? One prevailing theory implicates Joseph Bruce, chairman and managing director of White Star Line, the company behind the Titanic. Allegedly, he pressured Captain Smith to maintain speed, aiming to break records for the biggest, most expensive, and fastest ship. On April 14th, when Captain Smith showed Bruce an ice warning, suggesting a speed reduction, Bruce concealed it to avoid alarming passengers and crew, prioritizing the ship's pace over safety. The Titanic catastrophe spurred industry-wide changes. In 1914, the International Ice Patrol was established to alert ships about oncoming icebergs. The International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS, was signed, introducing regulations such as the mandate for a sufficient number of lifeboats for passengers. This disaster triggered a paradigm shift in maritime safety standards. The Titanic's wreckage, submerged 3,800 meters below the sea, was discovered in 1985 by American ocean explorer Robert Ballard and French oceanographer Jean-Louis Michel. Two separate pieces of the ship, found 600 meters apart, revealed the remnants of a vessel that once epitomized luxury. Over time, environmental factors have initiated its erosion, with bacteria and organisms gradually consuming its metal framework. Predictions suggest that by 2030, the Titanic may completely disintegrate underwater. Even after 111 years, the allure of the Titanic endures in the collective consciousness, a testament to its enduring impact on history and the indelible mark it left on maritime regulations and safety practices. And there you have it, folks, the unsolved story of the Titanic. It's a tale of tragedy, heroism, and lingering mysteries that continue to captivate our imaginations. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Until next time, I'm signing off.